Here we'll briefly go over a few different types of angles. Let's have a look at angle A in the upper left. Notice this angle is between a side that is straight up and down, vertical, and a side that is left and right, or horizontal. Anytime that you have two lines where one is vertical and one is horizontal, you'll get something called a right angle. That doesn't necessarily mean that the angle must face to the right. It can face any direction it wants. Right is just the special name we give to an angle of this particular size. You can note a right angle by the little box that's in the corner of the angle. This box denotes that the angle is definitely right. We also say that this angle is 90 degrees. Our next angle is this angle below it that looks kind of small and sharp. We may be able to tell that this is definitely less than 90 degrees because the angle is smaller. The distance between the two lines I've drawn seems to be a little bit shorter than it would have been in a right angle. Any angle that is less than 90 is called an acute angle. You can recognize these by their pointiness. Angle C, however, looks sort of large and a little bit flat. We can tell that this angle is a little bit bigger than a right angle would be, and we can say that this angle is more than 90 degrees. Any angle that's more than 90 degrees is called obtuse. We can recognize these by how big and bulky they look. Now, angle D doesn't look like an angle. It looks more like a straight line. This is true, but we can also treat this as an angle. Can you imagine a right angle next to another right angle? I'll draw a little imaginary line for you. If you think about it, a straight line is just a right angle connected to another right angle. The right angle that's on the left side would be 90 degrees, and the one on the right is also 90 degrees. If we take 90 plus 90, we get 180 degrees. So anytime that you have a straight line, we can also treat this as a straight angle with a measure of 180 degrees. It also turns out, no matter where we split that straight line, whether the line is straight up and down or off at an angle, the angles that I split that straight line into will always add to 180. Now for angle E, this looks even bigger than a straight line. We start pointing to the right, and then you can follow this yellow line around, and then it stops after 180 degrees. Any angle that is bigger than 180 degrees, but not all the way around the circle, is called a reflexive angle. Now, angle F takes it even further. We start on the right, and then we go completely around and end up exactly back where we started. If you end up exactly back where you started, that's 360 degrees, or simply a full circle. The angles we're going to concentrate the most on in Math 110 are the right angle, the acute angle, the obtuse angle, and the straight lines, and most of the time we'll be splitting the straight lines up into two smaller angles.